want to talk to you about something really important that most folks really are unaware of, and that is the true cost of a mortgage. Now, I want to walk you through a fairly simple example just to give you an idea of what you're actually looking at as far as the payments that you're making towards your mortgage and how much is really going towards the interest versus paying down the actual principal. So in this example, we're going to take a $100,000 mortgage for easy math, round number, and we're looking at a 4% annual percentage rate, or APR. That's usually the advertised rate on your paperwork. And the monthly payment is $477. That's the principal plus the interest amount. So, one of the things that I want to just mention here is you can utilize this math on any loan that is amortized. And a loan that is amortized is essentially a loan where there's basically a set schedule of payments, a set number of payments, set amount, and most oftentimes a set interest rate as well. So this math can not only be used to see where you're at on your mortgage at any point in time, but also you could use it on other amortized debts such as student loans or car loans as well. So in this example here, if I said, in the first month, you've not paid down anything on your house, you just got this brand new house, and I said, okay, you have a 4% advertised rate, the annual percentage rate. So in month one, when you make a payment of $477, how much is going just to interest? And if I ask this question, most people would say, well, Bryan, it's 4%, it says it right there. But that's the annual percentage rate. That doesn't necessarily mean what your true cost each payment is. So let's look at this example. So if we take $100,000 balance, what we're going to do here, and this can be used for any month of an amortized loan, so you're going to just simply start off with what that current balance is. So obviously month one of a $100,000 mortgage, the balance is $100,000. So we're going to take this $100,000 and we're going to times it by the 4% APR. So we're going to times by 0.04%, which gives us the annual amount of interest for that year. So you're looking at $4,000 of annual interest. Now, keep in mind, that is the annual percentage rate. We need the monthly amount to calculate what is going towards interest in that first month. So what we're simply going to do here is we're going to take this $4,000 and we're going to divide that by 12. What that's going to give us is a total of $333 going to interest in month one. So what we do here to calculate is we divide the interest payment amount for month one by the total payment amount. And what you'll see is that in month one, you are not paying 4% interest in that payment. You are paying 69.81% in interest. It's a little bit eye-opening for most people to see. And what I want to kind of add to that is it's not something that's going to go down very quickly. I'm not going to take the time to go through it. You're more than welcome to utilize these numbers and start to figure out what this looks like for you. So month two for this calculation, you would want to start with the beginning balance of month two. So if $333 went to interest, that means $477 minus $333 went to the principal. So if you take that difference and subtract it from $100,000, you'll have still over $99,000, and I'll let you do that math so you can practice and see what it looks like for yourself. But what I can tell you is in month two, you're still over 69% interest in this example. And myself included, and many of my clients that have mortgages, we're looking at these numbers, and what we often find is that the true amount of interest, so this 69% that we're actually paying here in month one, this does not get down to the advertised APR most times until about year 29 or so. So on a 30-year mortgage, you're not actually paying the interest that you believe you've been paying the whole time until maybe the last year or two. So very eye-opening, and I think it's very important to understand because a mortgage is something that is one of our greatest assets, but it's also one of our largest debts traditionally. So, think about this when you think about potentially refinancing your home. Now, I can tell you that refinancing can be a great opportunity for people. And it really depends on the difference in interest rate you're going to get, but what that actually means for your future. Because let's say that you've had this mortgage for 15, 20 years, and now the effective interest rate is not 69%. Let's say it's maybe 40%. And then you refinance, and yes, you have a lower balance, maybe a better interest rate, but what that means is that the amount going towards interest in that first month is going to go way back up, typically probably somewhere around 65 to 70% in month one. So unfortunately, I run into folks who have been in their house for 25, 30 years or more and still owe a lot of money on that. And the reason is because every time they're refinancing, they're shifting money away from the principal and back towards the interest. So this here shows you the true cost of a mortgage. And like I said, you can use this with a mortgage, with car loans, with student loans. And what you'll simply do, again, is take whatever the balance is in month one, you times that by the interest rate. That will give you the annual rate. You divide that by 12 to get the monthly rate. And then whatever that interest dollar amount is, you divide that into the total monthly payment to find what amount of this month's payment is only going to interest. So I hope this helps, and I hope this is something that you really take to heart. Do some calculations on yourself and really find out the situation that you're in, because once you really understand where you're at, you can decide, is this okay with me, or is this something that I want to change? There's always ways to make things better, to save on interest, but I think if you're ignoring the numbers and you don't really understand where you're at, then you're not real likely to do anything different. And if you like where you're at and you're comfortable with paying lots of interest, then that's fine by me. But I can tell you that once people really understand this stuff, then they start to get creative and start to research and ask questions and find ways to stop paying so much in interest to lenders so that they can start putting more money and earning more interest for themselves, their families, and their futures.